Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And I'm today here with Rachel Barrie. You're kind of an icon within the whiskey industry, 34 years within the whiskey industry.
Well, I've certainly been doing it a long time.
Yeah, Whiskey Hall of Fame, was it the other Keeper of the Quay?
Yeah.
So you're really in the business.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to taste such a rare bottle.
Yeah, you're very welcome. This is our new whiskey being launched, our ultra premium prestige range. We have the 21, the 30 and the 40-year-old just being launched in Munich tonight.
So 30 years ago, that would be then, is that 95?
30 years would be 95. I mean, this whiskey is from 92, 93 and 94.
Okay, so how is there was a closure at some point. When was it? I think till 2001 or something?
96 till the end of 2001.
Is that still affecting these kind of bottlings?
Well, there is a gap, of course, but with 30-year-old it is from the 1990s, and the 40-year-old is from the 70s and 80s. So, we have whiskey from pre-96 that has gone into this.
So, but what you're going to do, because there will be shortages in the future. I mean, we had shortages with a few ages, and then some people told me, it's actually not like, what was it, an 18-year-old? It's more like a 21-year-old because it didn't have the stock of the 18.
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of the sherry casks is that they are so rich, so indulgent, and it's such a huge influence on the quality of the whiskey that if you get the best sherry casks, even if you have a gap in age, you can absolutely smooth that path. Of the 30, depth and breadth of flavour.
30 is the minimum age, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there is older stuff in there.
There is older stuff in here. So from 92, 93 and 94 is actually in this bottle that we will be tasting.
Okay.
So, so from between 30 and 33 years old.
So, one question, is it going to be a problem in the future? Is that going to be available? Is that like a core range now, or is that going to be limited?
The 30-year-old is limited because of the volume, but it will continue. So this is the start of the journey of the 30 years old with the assemblage, the cask selection that is going in now will continue. The special recipe will continue.
Okay.
Yeah, into the future.
Okay, nice. But I'm really excited. For me, it's a rare occasion to get the 30-year-old. I think we'll put that down. It's a really, really nice box. Just show that.
It's walnut curl, the box, and there are 30 facets on the front of the box, which are the minimum of 30 years. And the bottle itself, it's the new design, and there's 12 facets into the base of the glass here that represent the complexity of the different facets of flavour of Glendronach, and it tells you all about it. On the front of this little label.
Is it then? It's 40. What is it? 46.8. Is that cask strength?
It's not cask strength, but it's close to cask strength. This was just the perfect strength for the balance of flavour. So I tried it at a few different strengths, but it just gave it the most perfect symphony, richness. It just was beautifully balanced at this strength, so that's why it's been chosen.
Okay,
as you will find out.
Oh, it's still sealed.
So natural cask colour, of course.
Okay.
And at least 30 years of maturation and some casks older. So only 8 casks went into this.
8 casks, and were they all? You said Oloroso casks?
No, it's a combination of. I selected 4 Pedro Jimenez casks.
Oh, PX.
2 Oloroso and 2 Amontillado, introduced for the very first time. So when I started with Glendronach, obviously during my career journey, I had to sample all the casks from the 1990s, of course, and decide what was going to be single casks, what was going to go into different expressions. But at the same time, I also transferred some of Glendronach into Amontillado sherry casks, which hadn't been done before.
So are these re-racked casks or refilled casks or?
Well, I've transferred from one cask into another, into the Amontillado. So the PX for 2 Oloroso, 2 Amontillado to get this symphony of the 3 sherry casks. So Amontillado is, known to be a very complete sherry. It's kind of this balance between the Oloroso style and the kind of Fino style. It's a really nutty, creamy character. Whereas the Oloroso obviously brings you more of the orange, the acidity, the spice, and the Pedro Jimenez just gives you that wonderfully rich, velvety chocolate character for which Pedro Jimenez is renowned. And Pedro Jimenez casks, unlike other distilleries, they're really the backbone of Glendronach. It's what we buy most of in the industry. They are the most expensive casks in the industry.
And they're getting even more expensive.
Getting more and more expensive. It's like 1,500 euros. And of course our casks are all Spanish oak as well, which is very different from other distilleries. So
okay, we are looking at European oak then, not the American type,
I did work back in the 1990s into sherry casks because in 1986, sherry stopped being brought into United Kingdom to bottle, so it had to be bottled. It was changed then to being bottled in Spain, and the whole Scotch industry was like, "Oh, what are we going to do?" So I was at Scotch Whisky Research Institute and did a research project into sherry casks, and in my opinion, Spanish oak from North Galicia is the very best to give you the tannins that give you the velvet texture, but also the Spanish oak breathes, and it gives you the refinement as well as the richness.
Okay, and
so all Spanish oak and mostly Pedro Jimenez, an assemblage, marriage of the 3 sherry casks.
Yeah, and last question, like no brainer, it's non-peated, right?
Non-peated. yeah. So I mean, it's whiskey from the 1990s, so it's traditional, but this was actually when we had direct fired stills, coal-fired stills. So
this is
back
from
in the
a direct
1990s.
era.
Back in Glendronach was one of the final distilleries to switch actually in 2005.
Oh,
so,
in 2005.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's another special thing about this one. So on the nose, incredibly rich.
Yeah, that is.
But it's a symphony, it's got so much flavour, going from the Morello cherry to the fruitcake to the hazelnut cream, Brazil nut toffee. It's like, a wedding cake, as we have in Scotland, with all the fruits, some marzipan, some icing.
Very mature. 30 years, it's like you have no sharp edges here. There's far away from any alcoholic notes. It's very creamy, a lot of, as you said, texture and velvety with a lot of complexity. Yeah, this is a whiskey. This is definitely a sipping whiskey. It's also no brainer. Yeah, it's a sipping whiskey. But that takes a lot of time to digest. So
and of course Glendronach is beautiful. It's like many very, very good chateau wines. I would tend to decant it, let it sit, hold it, hold the glass in my hand, allow it to open up, and it just keeps getting better and better. And that's a sign of a really, really good whiskey, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're doing it this year a bit too quick, like having a bit of chat, tasting it. Usually you'd have like an evening with your friends, with your whiskey club or something, and just really... And
you'd go back to it, or, you'd pour it and...
do a drop of whiskey, a drop of water in it.
But with Glendronach, it's so rich, indulgent and velvety that... Yeah, I don't add water personally to Glendronach when I enjoy it, because I find that the tannins are so wonderfully enveloping on the palate, that the flavors are so rich, the aromatics are so rich. It's lovely to just sip it neat. Yeah, in my opinion.
I mean, the ABV is perfect for sipping neat. So, Slange?
Slange, let's have a little sip and savor and think about the crescendo.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's why I call it the symphony of the three sherry casks. It's like you have the Pedro Jimenez with the chocolate, the velvet. On the sides of your palate, the Oloroso is dancing, you know, with the orange, some Brazil nut toffee appearing. A little bit of a flamenco. And then into the finish, you know, it's just this swathe of velvet. Almost like hazelnut cream and some lovely kind of creamy coffee as well.
What hit me first was a kind of a nuttiness.
Yeah.
Then you had like orange, tangerine, mandarin kind of thing going on, and very textury, like silky smooth, with the oak coming up, which I expected a bit more stronger. I expected it, like you said, European oak, and we have 30 years and casks.
That's the balance of richness.
It's nice balance.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about. We're gonna have the 40 next, so I'm really excited about how much oak is going in there, because with these ages, it's not like you have to look to have a half decent whiskey with like really young whiskey, but this one is really tough to not over oak it, to not get the bitterness, and this is a nice drinkable one if you're really rich. It could be a drinking whiskey because it yearns for more.
It does. It's very Moorish. It's almost gourmand in some ways. You know, there is so much of a symphony playing the tune, and you can literally feel that whole journey of the three sherry casks as it evolves and opens up on your palate and leaves you with a richly satisfying finish.
What I love
For me, that's so important.
What I love about is you have that orange, mandarin, tangerine. It having kind of a like that sweetness, a round sweetness going on, and that's yearning for a little bit more. I like that with a whiskey when it's just saying, "Oh, come on, sip me again."
Absolutely, and that's the beauty of the orange, especially from the from the Oloroso, the acidity, and then the chocolate from the Pedro Jimenez and the coffee, and then the Amontillado giving you that hazelnut. The nutty, creamy texture, it just finishes it off, makes it very enveloping on your palate.
Yeah, it's nicely balanced. You did a good job with the blending.
Slange va.
Slange.
Cheers.
I like it. But that makes me really excited about the 40-year-old. So thank you for the experience with the 30. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, because the next video with Rachel is going to be about the Glendronach 40-year-old.